Peace and love, peace and love. Greetings, greetings. This is excuse me. This is Sister Nzinga from Flowing and Growing with Sister Nzinga. How y'all doing today? I'm trying to lift this up. I hope you are well. I am well, enjoying the great breeze here today. The sun is shining, and this is the day after the eclipse. So I'd like to hear some comments about what your experience was with the eclipse, and I'd like to know also. So, did you see a lot of chemtrails in your area? Oh, please, you know what chemtrails are. That's when you see an airplane. You see these white lines that come from an airplane flying around. It looks like a line of a cloud. You can see like they're trails from things flying around. But unfortunately, our society puts chemtrails in the air because they're dropping certain things in the air down on people. I mean, this could be a disease. It could be some type of warfare. That's really what it is. The bottom line is because they are dropping things from the air down on the population. So did you see a lot of chemtrails in your area when you were looking for the eclipse? Because they do this around times when they know a lot of people are going to be outside. People are going to be outside looking at the eclipse. Where I was, there was just a partial eclipse, not a full eclipse here. But, yeah, I'd like to hear some comments about what your experience was. Did anything else happen in your neighborhood or, around your area that was different or harmful in any way? Did your children go to school? Or did they call out school? I don't think any of the schools closed for the eclipse. So let's share with me what your experience was. Like I said, my experience was just a very cloudy day. I did not see a lot of chemtrails, but it was very, very cloudy. So I don't know what was behind those clouds early in the morning, and I didn't look up to see it. But I did feel a really strong vibration of good. I set out my intentions for that day, and I started on doing back something that I used to do. And, set my schedule, like I said, with good intentions about I wanted to do this today, that today, accomplish this and so forth, things I put off and so forth. And I just had a really busy day and I accomplished those things. And I feel really good all the way down to last night. It was a really, really good and productive day. And it was just interesting how certain things was coming to me, because sometimes I'd be floating around YouTube and some of the stuff that was coming to me, it was information that was really pertinent to me and what I was doing and my thoughts, and my ideas. And I was like saying, this is deep. So I had a very positive day because, this is really it was a energy twist, a change of vibrations, for those that, they say, if you know, type of a thing. And, so yeah, I'd like to know what your comments was about it. The other thing we'll talk about today is just that because we're talking about emancipating ourselves from mental slavery, and we're going to be doing so much stuff I could just bring you things for you to think about, for you to try, and one thing I want to talk about is being able to stand up and speak up for yourself, because say for instance if you talking to somebody about something you purchased or whatever, and you ask them a question, and they say, well, I think it's such and such and such, and then you just say okay. And you leave it at that. Well, no. Don't leave things there. You don't want to talk to somebody who think. Then you need to ask that person. Well, excuse me, ma'am. Are you? If you're not sure, because you say you think. If you're not sure, can you get me somebody who does know, or can I speak to your supervisor? And sometimes when it comes to simple things, you have to just go one up, because this society is used to being able to tell people whatever they want to tell you, and most of the time people accept it. I mean, even if you go order food and, you say, I want this, that, and it comes with, so, and you say, well, what does it come with? Okay, well, no, I don't want, okay, no, hold the pickle, hold the mustard. I don't want that. But some people would just take, well, it comes with that. Okay, that's okay. No, it's not okay. We do have choices to be able to get things the way that we want it. And a lot of times when people are telling you things, when you're dealing with, a service provider, and you have to watch the language that people are using, because there's a lot of times people say, well, I think. No, you can't. You have to be sure. You want to be sure because, you want the outcome to be something hopefully in your favor. That's why you're calling to ask about something. Even if you're returning something, they'll say, well, ma'am, well, usually what we do is just give you a store credit. Okay, well, that's usually. So you have to pay attention. Usually they give you a store credit. Okay, but is that my only option? And some people would just say, oh, okay. No, but that's not really what you want. You don't want a store credit because maybe you don't want to take your money and leave it there for whenever you order something from that company next time. Maybe you want to get your little $20 back, whatever, your $100 back, and do whatever you want to do with your money. So you have to just ask, excuse me, is that the only option? I don't want a store credit. I want such and such. Sometimes we don't get these things because we don't ask. We're just used to being told this, and we just usually say, okay. But we have to start standing up for things. And you ask the price of something, oh, ma'am, I think it's $2.99. And then they're going to ring it up for you. No, okay, you need to find out for sure. Is this really $2.99? I want to know for sure. It's the simpler things that could really change your life. That when you think about, you think about yourself, and think about the intention about how the outcome of how you want this thing to be, because you don't have to always just acquiesce and say, oh, that's the way it is. When people just say, well, this how they usually do it. Okay, well, this how people usually do it, but is that the only way that I can do it? Can I do something else? Well, I would prefer if this or that or that. Speak up. You are free, and that's something that we have to realize. You have to realize that you are free to make a choice. You're free to make a choice in certain things, that you have a choice to say, well, I want it this way, or I don't want it this way. Okay, well, can you turn that around, or can you do whatever? But again, we're taught to just kind of just go by what we're being told, and a way to emancipate yourself from mental slavery is to start having conversations and asking for what you want. It could be, I'm trying to think of some scenarios. Hear those birds? That bird is so cute. It always comes around. I like the sound of it. So just speaking up for yourself, because if you would just start, just say for instance with cable, when they want to sell you a cable package, they want to sell you basic cable, or they want to sell this package is already lined up. You can just say, well, no, excuse me, I would really like to have this or that or that or that. They're gonna give it to you for most of the time because they still want your money. Because you say, well, no, I don't want that. And when it comes to providing a service, they're gonna bend a little bit, because the point of those people that's on the phone is to make that sale. And so you can ask for it the way that you want it. So just keep that in mind. That you do have a choice in what you get, especially if it's something you're spending your money on. And other things is that you just have to just not go along. Stop watching certain TV shows because it's just violence, especially at nighttime. Watch some comedy, or something like that, or something, a documentary, something showing history. But sometimes I wouldn't say history, because sometimes I just get so pissed off, because when it shows our history, the truth of our history is us being used and abused, and so sometimes that's not really want to rest that on my soul overnight. But like something lighthearted, a movie, a comedy, or something like that. That's what I watch at night to just kind of settle myself, and so I can laugh before I go to bed, because laughter is good for the soul. So is crying. So you have to just start making changes with certain things. And if you know that you've seen somewhere they're telling you about certain foods that's really not good, even though you ate it, your mama and them and your big pop and big mama, generations been eating it and everything, but the times has changed. Whatever food that your grandmother ate and how the way it was prepared and the ingredients that they put in it are not the way that it's prepared today, and ingredients is not the same. It is not the same. And also, please, y'all, check on this stuff that says plant-based. If you feel that you want to, not eat meat, which I encourage, but that's your choice. But it's from a plant, what you call a plant factory or something, where they're taking maybe a little something from some plants and put it in there, but then they put all this other stuff in it, and so it's still processed. So it still comes from a processing plant. So the best thing is to eat the plant itself. and don't get caught up, because a lot of times they will just say that something's plant free, that is plant based, or they say that it's or it's all natural, Afrocentric, or whatever kind of thing that they try to get you. But really check and make sure that it really is that. Look at the ingredients and what you're having. And if as they always say, if you can't pronounce some of this stuff, you really don't be put it in your body unless you look up the items. Everything you can look up now. This darn Google got everything on it, and some of it's the truth, some of it's lies, because they continue to lie to us so much. So just some of the small things that you can start doing to emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Be mindful of what's going on with you. Demand the things that you your choice of things that you would want. Stop using certain things. Stop buying certain items that are not good for you. All these things that say, cultural this or Afrocentric this, or, most of those companies are not owned by African people, so ain't none of them get no money. So they try to attract you by saying using the words natural, or, African, or cultural, or, something. But you have to really go the next step and really find out, is it really what the label is? Because the labels, they lie. And especially when it comes to products for us, they create, all these different styles for us. And why is it in the news now that they advertising hair braid styles for young women, all this kind of stuff? What they got to be doing with the news on the circulation? Because these other people are creating things for us to use. I mean, like, for instance, the way the braids go now. A lot of girls are getting braids, and then they're leaving this other little loose hair out. I don't know what the name of it is, what this style created. I don't know who created the style, but that's just sending more money, putting more money in the Chinese people's pocket. Because first you got the hair, you got the braided inside, then you got to buy some more to leave the little things hanging out. And the thing about now, everybody's wearing it, and now everybody's wearing the really long hair. You used to get the hair like down to your back, but now they're selling the hair that is like down past your butt. So that's just more money that the Chinese people is making. That's why they're making this stuff. So you have to be mindful and say, no, I ain't gonna do that shit. I ain't gonna do it. If you do that, I got locks. This is my own hair. But I mean, just be mindful of everything that you're doing. Don't go along to get along. Make some choices for yourself. Life is about choices. Make some choices for yourself. Choose not to eat at McDonald's. Choose not to eat at fast food places. Go home and just make your own. At least, I mean, I don't know. I mean, some go to, local owned stores, mom and pop shops or something like that. But, when you eat that fast food, you already know that stuff is not good for you, but you want to continue to eat it because it tastes good. I mean, because what I really used to like Chick-fil-A, the French fries and that little lemonade stuff. But I hear the lemonade, I don't know, it ain't really lemons in it. And then the potatoes, I don't know if the potatoes are real potatoes or the kind of something that they put on them that I found out somewhere wasn't good. I mean, so there's so much stuff, y'all. But be mindful and be open and you have to take your time to do some research. It's for you. It's for your own growth and livelihood and longevity, for you to be able to take the time to research, to find out about things that's good for you, and to be able to love yourself love yourself enough to just stop eating shit, even just because it tastes good. Somebody told me that they got problem with the heart and all that kind of stuff, and that open heart surgery and so forth, and then they said they still eating pork, and they said, well, I eat the it's a certain cut of the pork that they was eating. Pork loin, I don't know I forgot what they even said, because it just made no sense to me. I just went one ear out the other. But they said they don't eat a certain kind of pork. Well, pork is pork. It doesn't really matter. If you just had open heart surgery, the doctor ain't going to tell you to stop eating that shit, because he wants you to come back. But you need to do enough research and love yourself enough to know that stuff is just really not good for your body, especially if it's something that you have issues with the arteries being clogged. I mean, that's a whole other long conversation, so I really don't want to get in too deep with that. But I'm just saying that you have to, it's you. I mean, I'm sitting here talking my head off to all these, every week I come with and try and tell you something, but really the bottom line is that it really is up to you. For you to make a choice to make things better for yourself. It may not be the most popular choice. It may not be what everybody else is doing. But if it's better for you, it's best for you, that's the best choice that you need to be making, okay? All right, so God loves you and so do I. Peace and love. So y'all talk back to me. Answer a couple questions I was talking about. Give me some feedback about how you felt about that. And I mean, how you feel about what I'm saying? Should I continue on? Should I? Or is there some other subjects that you want me to talk about? Something else you want me to share? So, anyway, peace and love.